pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's see. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Here.
Mr. Franco.
I am here.
Mr. Cabrera.
I am here. In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, the notice requirements have been satisfied as to the time, place, and date of holding said meeting by posting notice on the bulletin board here in Borough Hall and by mailing and emailing same to the Herald of Cape May County and the Gazette Leader and the Press of Atlantic City on December 7th, 2022. In the event of an emergency, your emergency exit is your back right, the way you came in, or your front left, or our front right. Quick reminders, this meeting is being shown live here today on the borough's YouTube and Facebook channel. If you have any questions and you're watching the meeting, you're more than welcome to listen in as well. And when the time comes, I'll ask for public comment. And you're going to dial the number 888-363-4734. And when prompted, you're going to enter the access code 9699020, followed by the pound or the hashtag. If you watch the recorded version of this meeting and you have questions, you're more than welcome to email our clerk at clerk@wildwoodcrest.org, or you may phone her directly at 609-729-8040. Madam Clerk, looks like we have one ordinance
Yes, sir.
on the agenda.
Yes. It is ordinance number 1400, and it's a bond ordinance.
Motion that ordinance number 1400 be placed on second reading and final passage by title only.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that ordinance number 1400 be placed on second and final reading by title only.
Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Ordinance 1400 reads as follows. A bond ordinance appropriating $6,600,000 and authorizing the issuance of $6,177,415 bonds or notes of the borough for various improvements or purposes authorized to be undertaken by the Borough of Wildwood Crest in the County of Cape May, New Jersey.
Motion that a public hearing now be held on ordinance number 1400.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that a public hearing on ordinance number 1400 now be held.
Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes. Floor is open for public comment on ordinance number 1400. Start with anybody here in the audience first. Hearing none, I'll ask for anybody on the conference line have any public comment on ordinance number 1400. Hearing none,
Motion that a public hearing on ordinance number 1400 now be closed.
Second it?
it has been moved and seconded that the public hearing on ordinance number 1400 now be closed.
Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Motion that ordinance number 1400 be passed on second and final reading and advertised according to law.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that ordinance number 1400 be passed on second and final reading and advertised according to law.
Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next, we have the resolutions. The first is authorizing the appointment of one Class 1 police officer.
Motion.
I will second.
It's been moved and seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is supporting the Click It or Ticket mobilization of May 22nd to June 4th, 2023.
Motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to pay the prescribed flat rate per hour to law enforcement pursuant to the 2023 Click It or Ticket Seatbelt Mobilization Grant.
Motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is authorizing amendment to the 2023 municipal budget to account for additional funding from the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety Mobilization for the 2023 Click It or Ticket.
Motion.
Second.
It's been moved or seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is authorizing waiving the fee required by application to Ocean Outfitters for Aloha Fridays free ukulele lessons at Sunrise Park, June 23rd through September 1st, 2023.
Motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is authorizing the reappointment of Bruce Hamlin to the Greater Wildwood Tourism Improvement and Development Authority for a 4-year term expiring August 12th, 2027.
Motion?
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is authorizing the appointment of Zach Morey to the Greater Wildwood Tourism Improvement and Development Authority to fill the vacancy of a term expiring August 13th, 2023, and reappointing for an additional 4-year term expiring August 12th, 2027.
Motion?
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is authorizing Borough Engineer work order for Cressy Island Professional Land Surveying Services at the not-to-exceed sum of $8,500.
Motion?
I will second.
It's been moved and seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is authorizing approval to submit a grant application 2023 Local Transportation Project Fund Reconstruction of Orchid Road -00175 from Ocean Avenue to Pacific Avenue and execute a grant agreement with the New Jersey Department of Transportation.
Motion?
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is authorizing approval to submit a grant application and execute a grant contract with for the fiscal year 2024 New Jersey Department of Transportation for the reconstruction of Toledo Avenue from Beach Avenue to Bayview Drive.
Motion?
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is authorizing Borough Engineer work order for grant applications for fiscal year 2023 NJDOT LTPF Orchid Road and fiscal year 2024 NJDOT Municipal Aid Toledo Avenue at the not-to-exceed sum of $3,000.
Motion?
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is authorizing release of escrow funds and application fees for Planning Board -23-06 in the amount of $1,100.
Motion?
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is establishing a new bank account with Crest Savings Bank for general account fund and authorizing signatories for the account.
Motion?
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is authorizing refund of property taxes or utilities overpayment made payable to CoreLogic.
Motion?
Second?
It's been moved or seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is endorsing the proposed road alignment plans for from the County of Cape May for New Jersey Avenue.
Motion?
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is authorizing waiving the fee required by application to Jersey Pride Cheerleading for celebration of Youth Cheerleaders Awards Ceremony at Rambler Road Gazebo on June 11th from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m.
Motion?
Second?
It's been moved or seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is authorizing award of an EUS contract with the Seward Johnson Atelier, Inc. for loaned sculptures at the not-to-exceed sum of $7,000 for calendar year 2023.
Motion?
Second?
It's been moved or seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Next is authorizing approval of change order number 2, fiscal year 2022 NJDOT Municipal Aid, reconstruction of Syracuse Avenue to reflect additional work at Bayview Drive, Preston Park, and inlet repair with contractual reductions.
Motion?
Second?
It's been moved or seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Motion that all bills properly authorized as submitted be paid.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded that all bills properly authorized as submitted be paid. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Motion that all reports received from the court administrator Chief Financial Officer, Tax Collector, Chief of Police, Supervisor for the Recreation Department, Construction Official, Emergency Services Coordinator for the EMS and Wildwood Crest Volunteer Fire Chief for the month ending April 30th, 2023 be accepted as presented.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded that all reports received from the Court Administrator, Chief Financial Officer, Tax Collector, Chief of Police, Supervisor for the Recreation Department, Construction Official, Emergency Services Coordinator for the EMS, and the Wildwood Crest Volunteer Fire Company Chief for the month ending April 30th, 2023 be accepted as presented. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Motion that all minutes from the commission meetings dated April 26, 2023 and May 10th, 2023 be approved as presented.
I'll second that.
It has been moved and seconded that all minutes from the commission meetings dated April 26th and May 10th, 2023 be approved as presented. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
Thanks,
All right.
Judge.
You're welcome.
Let's just rearrange the agenda slightly. I'd like to move right to the public safety reports, starting with the chief. I know he's got somewhere he needs to be.
Good evening. All right, I'm going to start off with going over my report to the Commissioner of Public Safety for the month of April. In the month of April, we responded to 1,297 calls for service. We had 214 criminal investigations, 243 service calls. We had 95 motor vehicle stops with 16 summonses issued, 1 motor vehicle accident, 241 training hours, 8 adult arrests, and 1 DWI. I did also want to remind the public that we are taking part in the Click It or Ticket mobilization through the New Jersey Highway Traffic Safety. So please make sure you're buckling your seatbelt because we do have extra patrols out there looking for violations. So please keep that in mind. Also, Memorial Day weekend is this weekend, so please travel safe on the roadways, watch for pedestrians and bicyclists, and enjoy the weekend.
Thank you, Chief.
Thanks, chief.
Thanks, Chief.
All right.
All right.
Mr. Harwood?
Quick. Can't go that quick. You're going to have to learn.
Good evening. For the month of April for the Wildwood Crest Volunteer Fire Company, I had a total of 2 fires, including rubbers, we had a car fire. We had 2 rescue assists, elevator entrapments, 5 hazardous conditions, which was gas leaks or CO alarms. We had 2 service calls for defective elevators, 2 good intent calls, smoke intent. We had 12 false alarms for a total of 25 calls for the month of April. Moving into the EMS report, the Crest EMS had a total of 70 calls, 26 were transported to the hospital, 11 were refusals, 8 were recalled or canceled, 25 standbys with the fire department. We gave 6 mutual aids to the city of Wildwood, 1 to Lower Township, 1 to North Wildwood, and 10 to Lower Township this month of April. Moving into the Inspection Bureau. The Inspection Bureau did a total of 412 inspections. We did 328 periodic, 69 re-inspections, 2 life hazards, 8 life hazard re-inspections, 5 follow-ups, for a total of 412. We sent out a total of 143 violations were sent, and 357 certificates of inspection were done. We had 14 search for sale of property. And the SLIP program, we didn't have anything this month because it's starting up. And on emergency management, nothing for the month of April, but starting in June, we're going to update our emergency operation plan for the month. And that's all I have for my departments. Thank you.
I know
Thank
that
you, Mr.
depart-
Harwood.
I know that department's busy, especially
All
now.
right.
I'm sorry.
Hawk, you up? Beach Patrol.
Good evening, my name is Dave Ferraro, I represent the Beach Patrol as a senior lieutenant. We are about to kick off the 2023 season this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. We'll have guards up Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, the 27th through the 29th. Beaches will not be guarded during the week. We will come back on June the 3rd and the 4th, also guard. Following week, as stated, will not be guarded. The following Saturday, June the 10th, we will start on a full-time basis, weather permitting, and we will go all the way until the September the 10th. Beaches will be guarded from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Also, handicapped transport service is available when the guards are on service between 11 and 4. and that's also a weather-permitted type of atmosphere. If not, surf chairs are available from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. They can be picked up and returned at the Beach Patrol headquarters, which is at Rambler in the Beach, and we are temporarily using Nesbitt Center right now. The surfing beaches for 2023 are as follows. Primrose Rambler, which is not a change, Astor and Cardinal, and Hollywood Topeka. The Hollywood Topeka Surf Beach will be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. That has been extended by 1 hour. We are also still hiring new candidates. We're having tryouts on the 27th of May and June the 3rd at the Von Savage Pool. The report time is 8 a.m., so we're still taking applications under our website. You must be 16 years of age to apply. That's about it for us right now. If there's any questions, problems, you can call us at the Beach Patrol, and we'll take care of it from there.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir. I think that wraps up all the public safety reports, correct?
Correct.
You gentlemen are free to go if you'd like. All right, let's move right on to the administrator's report.
Thanks.
Constance?
Good evening, everybody. I'm going to skip over beach bump outs because Mark's going to handle that. The Crest Arts Pavilion, there are very few punch list items left to be completed on this project. The pavilion is now open to the public every day. We're hoping to have a successful bid opening for the cafe lease, which will occur on June 1st, so we'll keep you posted on that. The hours at the Crest Arts Pavilion are 9 a.m. to 3:30, Monday through Saturday, and 9 to 1 on Sundays. At this time, those hours will be extended as we move forward. A grand opening is scheduled for Friday, June 16th at 5 p.m. We invite everyone to attend. The Harvard Inlet to Cape May Inlet Beach and Dune Construction Project, which is the U.S. Army Corps project. The DEP is currently acquiring easements for this project, and we're expecting this project to be into construction in late 2024 or possibly early 2025, depending on those acquisitions. New Jersey Avenue, the county engineer has informed us that we should start the infrastructure work in the fall of 2024-ish to in advance of their plans to start the reconstruction of the roadway, which will be a road diet in the spring of 2025. This project is expected to take 2 years, and the county striping plan was just recently approved by all departments and the governing body, and there was a resolution on the agenda approving that, so that's progress. The Sunset Lake State Channel dredging, I do have news to report on that. The NJDOT Office of Maritime Resources will be dredging state boating channels in North Wildwood, Wildwood, and West Wildwood from the mouth of Beach Creek to Post Creek Basin between the beginning of September and the end of January of 2024 and 2023 written here. It's actually going to be 2024 already. To remove shoals and restore navigability to the channels. Approximately 124,000 cubic yards of sediment will be removed using a hydraulic cutterhead pipeline dredge and pumped into one of 3 sites for dewatering. Dredging operations will take place 24 hours a day, 7 days a week during the time frame. The 3 sites identified for dewatering are 401 to 501 West 26th Avenue in North Wildwood, 510 New York Avenue in North Wildwood, and 525 West Spicer. The Spicer Avenue location will be mostly used. The others are backup plans and may not be used for dewatering. It depends on how fast the process takes. Once dewatered, the material will be removed from the site and will be trucked to Tuckahoe Turf Farm in Atlantic County. That's how this project has been permitted with the DEP. However, there may be other alternatives that are discussed and utilized. If the material can stay on site or close by, they will certainly do so because that would be huge cost savings to the state and the Army Corps. Trucking operations will begin removing this dried sediment on or about February 1st and will be completed on or about May 31st. So they will be trucking, but none of that will occur during the summer months, and it will occur in the most quiet times that we have because of traffic. They will follow main routes that have already been designated and approved by those towns in accordance with county trucking routes. So that is it. Our project is the second phase of this, which will be Sunset Lake, the navigational channel, which is a state channel that goes through the lake. And that is the second part of this, which is about a year out after this project is complete. And next is CAFR applications. We did receive our CAFR IP permit. That was a very long wait and much anticipated. We received that on the May 15th. It has been recorded by our clerk at the county clerk's office. Our brick planning study of the Washington Avenue area, flooding area, is being funded through a FEMA grant, and Mark's office is working diligently on that. EV charging stations, we've changed direction a little bit on that, and we now are only doing the Crest Arts Pavilion due to budget constraints. And we are looking at applying for another grant so that hopefully we can get all of that money from state agencies such as the DEP. So we're working on that currently. The DCA Small Cities Grant, we just received word that our 2023 Small Cities Grant application was approved in the amount of $342,000 to renovate 3 bathrooms at the municipal building and 3 bathrooms at Crest Pier. And that's all I have.
Okay, governing body, any questions for Connie?
Thank you, Connie.
Thank you.
Public, any questions of our administrator? Anybody on the conference line have any questions for our administrator? Hearing none, we'll move right on to the engineer's report.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. The contractor for the reconstruction of Syracuse Avenue has completed all of the original work in the contract. The added work, which is the first section of Bayview Drive, has been completed with the exception of the final paving, which is scheduled for next week. And by authorization of change order number 2 tonight, there'll be more work added to that contract, and we will move that into construction as soon as possible. The contractor for the Beach Patrol headquarters renovation will remobilize to the site and finish the demolition work starting next week. We'll be back on track with that project. The contractor for the Beach Street and Public Access Improvements Phase 2 has completed 8 out of 11 platforms. We'll have the curb and sidewalk installed along the street ends by this Friday. They will finish the last 3 remaining bump outs next week and be back in the fall to do the road work, which is the invasive, inconvenient work. All decks will be accessible for this weekend, and the contractor's been put on notice several times to make sure everything is clean, accessible, and ready for the weekend. The survey and mapping of the Bayside Bulkhead Replacement Project has been completed. We are now in the design and permitting phase. We're going to be in that phase for a little while until we get the plans out the door for permitting. And lastly, the reconstruction of Cardinal Avenue is now complete, which will allow us to close out Francine's favorite 3-year-old contract. And that is my report.
Okey-dokey. Questions, governing body?
Okay, thanks, Mark.
Public, any questions of our engineer? Anybody on the conference line have any questions for Mr. de Blasio? Okay, hearing none, we're going to move right into public comments. Anybody here in the audience have any public comment? Just need your name for the record, and I'll ask you to come up to the podium. Hearing none, anybody on the conference line have any public comments? You'll have one more chance after we go through the old and new business. All right, let's move on to the discussion items. Under new business, there is nothing listed. Under old business, any updates on any of the above, below? Traffic study, code enforcement, back beach excavation, dredging, CAFRA permit, I believe we can take that one off, right?
Yep,
Yep.
we'll do.
Finally.
New Jersey Avenue infrastructure, pre-county, I think Connie touched on that in her report, we'll keep that on there. Public Works roof, we're getting closer to bidding out.
Mm-hmm.
Borough Hall, exterior addition office moves, nothing on that. Bayside outfalls, nothing on that. Arts Pavilion exterior, I think that application has been submitted to the open space, so we're just waiting on getting on their agenda, correct?
Yes.
Washington Seaview Avenue, we talked about that, that's the brick grant. Updated landscaping and lighting in the business district. There has been some temporary work done in that district, and I think we're waiting for some planners to arrive
Correct. They've
as
been
well.
ordered.
And new trash cans, okay. Okay, that takes care of old business. Is there any more public comments here in the audience? Start with anybody here.
Hi, I'm Mike Marino, and I just wanted to hear a little bit about the traffic study, the scope of it, what we're doing. Can somebody provide that, or?
Chief?
Last time I spoke to our engineer, is that still something? I'm waiting to hear from the engineer and the governing body. I'm not conducting the traffic study.
I think we discussed not doing the traffic study that we spoke about, which was traffic counts and things of that nature, looking at traffic calming.
Okay,
It's
so
a modified version of that.
it was a month ago or so, I think we discussed it. So I think the way that, in my mind, it was left was that there was going to be a discussion with you, with public safety, and then there was going to be determination as to what type of study. I think I had proposed that we don't, the county already did New Jersey Avenue, the county already did Pacific Avenue, so the streets in my mind are Park Boulevard, Lake Road, and Atlantic, where we're getting, especially for, at Ocean Avenue, where people are crossing the streets to get to the beach. And it would be, ways to identify, does there need to be pedestrian crosswalks, does there need to be signage, does there need to be bump outs down the road? I think we talked about as part of the flood mitigation work in the triangle area, that in that new design, if streets have to be raised, that perhaps that's where bump outs get put in to shorten the distance as people walk through. So that's what I think we talked about, but it sounds to me there needs to be a communication with you, with public safety, and then get the proposal together. I think Commissioner Schiff raised concerns about with respect to cost, and we didn't really know what the cost is, so that try to get to the cost before we
Yeah, I
can
think
make a decision, so we can make a decision.
We're deliberating on how to define what the study is, because it's, like, we use the analogy of, could you come over to my house and make an improvement? And there's a large spectrum, so I think we're gonna narrow that down.
Okay, did I summarize it
Yeah,
from
very
the
good.
best of the way I
So
recall?
I will make sure that I get together with the chief and Commissioner Schiff to make this happen.
Okay,
Sounds good. Thank you.
all right. Anybody else? Public comments here in the audience? Anyone on the conference line have any public comments? Hearing none, we'll move right to commissioner comments. Want me to go first?
No, I just wanted to, I'll be brief, I just wanted to say thank you to our Public Works and our Recreation Department for putting on, our yard sales, I think earlier in the month. They did a fantastic job with that. It was excellent, so I said thank you to them, and also to Connie for doing a lot of the heavy lifting with this dredging. We're actually shovels in the dirt, so I want to say thank you to her, because she really spearheaded a lot of this. So if it wasn't for her, I don't think this would be as far along as it has been. So I wanted to say thank you to her. And also, happy Memorial Day. Hope everyone is safe. And there are my comments.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well,
That's very good. I echo the same comments that Joe, as Commissioner Franco just stated. I'd like to throw one more thing in there. I was extremely impressed and proud of the support of the community for the K-9 and POA breakfast. That it was overwhelming. It was very heartfelt. There was, you could feel the love, and unfortunately, when there's a tragedy, but fortunately, our community really pulls together. And I think that's something we should all be proud of. It's just a great outpour. And I was, once again, very humbled. And have a great summer, have a great weekend, but have a safe weekend. Be careful. And click it up. Tickets are out there. Thank you.
Okay, first I'd like to express my condolences to also the Taylor family on the passing of Jack Taylor, longstanding resident in the Crest, who died at 92 years of age in Florida. Jack was a member of the Crest Savings Bank Board of Directors, and also was on the Tourism Authority representing Wildwood Crest for many years, and way back in the day in the early 2000s. I want to thank the Greater Wildwood Little League and the Recreation Department and the administration and Mr. Marino for an awesome Veterans Night, very first one on May 16th, where we threw out the first pitch. Update on the pickleball courts. The pickleball courts are open. I am remiss by I'm advising everyone that the shade structure that was going to be planned there will not be installed until after the summer. However, I had asked Public Works to put some temporary shade structures in there so that the folks playing tennis and pickleball do have an area that they can go and grab some, sit down and rest and enjoy some shade. Want to thank the police department and also the Crest Memorial School District for a nice bike train to school last Thursday morning. I thought that was very well received and very well done. Bike racks, before anyone gets beat up on bike racks, just want to make sure that everyone knows that they have been ordered for about 2 months now. Everything is running a little bit delayed. The beach bump outs that Mr. de Blasio talked about are almost done, and when the bike racks come in, we will be installing new bike racks on those new decks, as well as other areas throughout the municipality. That's one of the areas that we need to do better on, which is giving people a place to park their bikes, as opposed to the new railings and chain and the fencing that we're putting on there now. Also, new trash cans are coming. They're also on the way. It's a very small thing, but it is a very big thing in the eyes of the public. Our trash cans have been ordered from the UEZ funds that we had from last year. If you notice, blue is a traditional recycling color. So the new trash cans will have blue, which now will be the recycling, and then the gray will actually become the trash. They're going to be swapped. So just want to make sure everybody aware that blue is going to be the recycling and gray is going to be the trash. If you look at what we have now in our public spaces, it's reversed. So we're going to correct that mistake going forward. And lastly, I just want to also pray that we all have some good weather. Let's keep everybody outside, having a great Memorial Day weekend. I want to wish everybody a very happy Memorial Day weekend, and let's not forget what the true meaning of Memorial Day is all about. That's all my comments.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mayor.
Okay. We have a motion here for a closed session.
Yes, so I'd like to
Clerk?
read that. Yes, authorizing executive closed session in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, specifically NJSA 10:4-12B, with regard to one issue, potential litigation. Can I get a motion?
Motion?
Second, Trish.
It's been moved and seconded that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Roll call. Mr. Schiff.
Yes.
Mr. Franco.
Yes.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes. All right, we're going to take a 5-minute recess so the room can be cleared, and I'm going to end the call.
Yes, thank you.